Oh, I'm gonna start it up.
Alrighty. Sorry, a
Morbis in blue.
friend of mine came by. He's here, and I'm just telling him all about my job interview woes this past week. So, or not even past week, just yesterday and today. So, go ahead, start us off there, Mister.
All right. So in the top right corner, we have Emporio, our hero Zerg. We've been watching all day, doing very well. And then just across in close air position, we have Morbis, who is potentially an extremely good Protoss player, who's gone through all the way through his brackets and has made it to the finals. So congratulations to him as well. Yeah, so it should be a good game.
So poor Owen here, the lone Terran, sitting here casting all these Zerg matches and Protoss matches, and I'm not seeing a Terran match, so I won't even bother asking you what you think about this matchup. It's always nice to be able to ask like a higher level player what their opinion is. But we do see Morbis opening up with a pylon on the low ground, so we will be seeing a Forge Fast expand here most likely. So Shatter Temple is pretty good map for the Forge Fast expand. It has a wide choke at the front, so it does take a couple extra buildings to wall it off. But it's still a good choke, and you're able to wall it off pretty well. One thing you notice from Emporio, he does have it looks like a 12 pool went down, 11 pool, not sure.
Yeah.
So pretty good opening. Was it Emporio we watched against the Protoss earlier, or was that?
I believe it was not Emporio that we watched against the Protoss earlier.
I think it was.
Oh no, I think it was. You're correct.
Yeah, I believe we watched every game with Emporio so far.
We have, yeah.
So so pretty much the same opening here from Emporio. The 11-ish pool. Gonna get those Zerglings out quick, be able to deny any kind of pylons that the Protoss player. But he does actually put up a forward pylon there, and the Overlord is just in range of sight to see that, so he will not be able to do too much damage with that, I don't think. If he can keep that probe away from there, he'll prevent any pylons from going down and be able to get his Zerglings out over there to defend. Right now just using drones to be able to defend it, and doing pretty well with that. And yeah, the drones are going to take that down.
So I know here comes the drone back, or the probe back. But I think he'll be okay. Yeah, that's fine. So, I know he is putting down his hatchery here, but in this case, especially on this map, what kind of things do give the Protoss problem with this kind of build? Like, would a Roach Rush break that, or a Bailing Bust, or is he pretty safe from almost everything?
It kind of depends on where the building placement and, what the Zerg player does. Like, obviously, a lot of Zerg players have been going with the fairly standard Roach Speedling timing push against the Forge Fast expand. Pretty much you push at about 6.5 minutes with about 8 roaches, and just a nice amount of Speedlings. You try and break the wall, because at that point, the Protoss player maybe only have 1, maybe 2 sentry, and they can't keep the roaches back for long. And right now, with the way Morbis' wall is, with the cannons up front, makes it a lot harder to defend against anything like that, because his cannons are right out in front and very vulnerable to any kind of attack. But we do see that Emporio is throwing down a macro hatch, or I don't know if we call it a macro hatch or what, over by the gold base. So usually there's two decisions. Well, I guess there's 3 decisions that a Zerg player can make when they scout a Forge Fast expand. First decision is either A, they could take a quick third about 5 minutes in. The second choice is to go for, like a Roach Speedling push, not necessarily an all-in, but a Roach Speedling push to try and break the wall and do some damage, or they can go straight all-in with, an even bigger Roach Zergling all-in. So, because there is a pretty good timing against the Protoss before, because as you can see right now, it's 6 minutes in, and he doesn't even have a Cyber Core. He did throw a lot more photon cannons down than normal, So if Emporio had decided to go for a Roach Zergling timing attack, it would probably destroy this wall and cost win him the game, just because of the fact that Roaches do really well against photon cannons, and there's no sentries out or stalkers to be able to range them or force field them for that matter.
Very, very interesting. And once again, Morbis not transferring too many SCVs. I'd like to know the stats on that.
Well, he doesn't have any SCVs, so it would be
pardon
very
me.
hard.
The probes.
Yeah.
They're all SCVs to me.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, I don't know.
where the study was done, but it kind of makes sense, I guess, if you think about it, because you either lose mining time now or you lose mining time later. I think it's about the same.
Yeah.
I'm sure we can do a test where we both play exactly the same race, do exactly the same builds, one Maynard and one doesn't, and check the mining after 10 minutes and see what she wants.
So Emporio just breaking down the rocks at the gold here. Still on these two gas at his main, and he's putting down an Evo chamber. He has the Roach Warren up, so he can make Roaches if need be. And Morbis really only has those two. Alright, really only has those two zealots, and he's grabbing all his gas. He's going to be teching really, really hard. You can see that he has his Robo facility, his Stargate, and his two gateways. So he's going to be able to probably try to harass with his Stargate, but with this Overlord seeing that right there, I don't know how effective that's really going to be.
It's very non-standard build here. 3 gates, 1 Stargate, and 1 Robo. It'd be interesting to see what he does with this. He's floating a whole lot of minerals right now. He's floating at 1,000 minerals. So we do see he's chronoing out Warp Gate still. Chronoing out some Stalkers as well.
Unfortunately, he doesn't have guys on gas at his expo. That could be the reason why his minerals are so high.
I mean, if you look at the Harvester count, though, he is pretty high right now. 43 Harvesters. Zerg player has 57. He is mining off the gold pretty good right now. He's well saturated. Even though he's kind of, I guess, mid-distance mining to the gold, the income that he's getting from it is substantial, because they are gold minerals, so it's probably about the same as if he were mining off of a regular expansion at a normal distance. So I think it's good. But right now we have to see what kind of hand Morbis shows. It does look like he's chronoing out a Void Ray as well as some Immortal coming out.
Wow, and look at his main base of Emporio, just really not wanting those Phoenix to do anything.
Yeah, I mean, really, really good job with the Spore Crawlers. No kind of air or even DTs can do anything here. It does look like the Roach Warren is resurging speed, and the Infestation Pit is down, so pretty heavy tech right now from Emporio. He might just be going straight for tier 3. Seeing that the Protoss player is all turtled up there. And with this build, it's just very, like a very non-standard build. A lot of Zerglings running across the map right now. He has a really good position to be able to. Looks like he's just going to break down the rock. I was going to say he has a really good position to run by right now with these units caught off guard. There's only 2 sentries. The sentries have 150 and about 150 each. So there's only 300 energy, so that's 6 force kills. There's only about 6 force kills they can throw down, so... But even right now, like, his units are so spread out, the Zerg player is, all over the map.
Yeah, for sure. But he does know it's Void Ray now, not Phoenix, and there is, I believe, only the 2 Void Rays? Yeah, there's one going around the left side of the map, and he's going to be able to try to do some damage on this 3rd base, but, I mean, 2 Spore Crawlers and 2 Queens, I don't know. It doesn't look like much is going to happen.
Yeah, I mean, right now Emporio is a really good position. He is well prepared for this Void Ray. Although this Void Ray is going to hit up on this 4th base. Probably going to force a cancel there. Actually, no. Looks like he's just going to stop there. Overseer going through the main of Morbis, just trying to see what kind of tech pattern he is deciding to go with.
And
Looked like a
denying
big,
the third
long
base.
Zergling run by over here,
Yeah.
running into the third base here, and going to be able to deny this Nexus. Warping the Zealot, but look at so many Zerglings, and the force fields are down, but really, at what cost? You know, he lost a whole bunch of Zerglings, but ended up using pretty much all of the energy of the sentry. And now there are no sentry available, no force fields available for Morbis. So if Emporio decides to do another push right now to the front or to the gold, you know, there's no kinds of force fields anywhere to block him.
But Morbis might get really lucky here. Emporio's got a bad rally point. He's got these overlords coming across the map. If he gets supply blocked too poorly right here, he's going to have a really hard time remaking that army. Even though he already does have 1,000,001 units just waiting.
Yeah, I mean, he was almost maxed already, and he is going up to hive tech. He's able to catch this army is split up as these stalkers are attacking these overlords, so able to catch half that army with those Zerglings. Unfortunately, the Zerglings are attacking Zealots, but he is able to take out that Immortal, and right now, Emporium is in a really good position. He has fought this army out of position. He's just very, very supply blocked right now, so he's going to be in a little bit of trouble. Queen's fighting Zealots and Immortals, but right now another wave of roaches and Zerglings just moving out, attacking out this Mortal, and attacking out those Zerglings. And very, very good job there, cleaning that up for Emporio. Very, very little damage, although there are 4 Zealots in the gold base of Emporio, just killing every single drone there. They got about 20 kills between them. We look at the units lost here. Morbis has killed 14 workers and 131 units. So he is ahead in that sense, but right now the income is in favor of the Protoss player now. 56 harvesters to 47, up now 59 as I speak, 61. So pumping out a whole bunch of drones to just get that resaturated. But the army, the army supply is way in favor of the Zerg player. So it's interesting to see what the Zerg player decides to do here. Looks like another run by a Zergling. He's going to check and see if there's a 4th base. No 4th base. And then he's going to run into the natural 3rd base of the Protoss player, and he's probably going to be able to snipe out this thing without a problem. Roach is also moving into the front and split attack here. Infestor's getting caught a little bit off guard. No fungals going down. One fungal does go down, and Roach is going to continue this up, taking out this Immortal, and Zergling's taking out the 4th base, and a really good flank there by Morbis, by Emporio rather. And if he can move those Zerglings around the back, around those Stalkers, he's going to be able to take this game pretty easily. But instead, he is retreating with those Roaches. Going to just wait for the next rally of Roaches. 21 Roaches on the way, as well as Neural Parasite and +2 attacks. But right now, Emporio is going to command and lead. The 2 Infestors of energy getting picked off, but the Roach is doing a lot of damage. These Zerglings cleaning up the rest of this 4th base. But the gold base is still going.
Yeah, it is for sure, and I think we're going to hold off these roaches here. This next batch is probably going to clean up most of these stalkers. And if these keep moving around, probably all of them.
Yeah,
these Zerglings just going to go back here.
Roach is a really good aim. Unfortunately, he did attack with a split force, so he did lose those first batch of roaches, but now these roaches are going to clean up the rest. The Zealot's just taking off the side ones, and it looks like they're cleaning up the rest of this army. Pretty much right now, the Zerg player is completely ahead. If he can kill out this Nexus, he will probably be able to seal the deal on this game. We look at the army supply real quick. It is 127 to 22 in favor of the Zerg player.